I think the only twist, the only uncertain result that came up in the Champions League was Barca Atletico Madrid. Yes, I know both of them have been, head to head, dragging themselves. But I thought Barcelona was going to have an edge, at least win the game, maybe 2-1, 3-2, all those. I know there will be goals, but we also how it turned out. The silly red card destroyed the game. If that guy had allowed the striker make the run, he might not score. He might score, and then Barca can always come back. But putting your team one man down was very big risk. In fact, I think out of all the games in the Champions League, I think Barcelona had the most beautiful game because they were one man down. I think from the first half, right, and they were able to not concede too many goals. Atletico Madrid are high scoring sides. When they smell blood, once they see opportunity to score goals, they hit it hard. And for them to score just 2 goals, and if you watch the goals they scored, it doesn't even come down to maybe the one man down and all that. It was a free kick. So it could have, even if they were 11-11 on the pitch, the free kick could have still gone in. That's, the other goal, well, you might say it falls down to the pressure and all that, but Barca held on. They did well, and they had a couple of chances too. They could have even been ahead before they conceded. So I think Barcelona had the most beautiful game. I was not surprised with Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. I was sure Real Madrid was not going to beat Bayern Munich. I didn't know if Bayern Munich was going to beat them, but I was sure that game could end a draw or Bayern Munich to win. And that was if you bet, that's an easy bet to Bayern Munich or over 2.5 or Bayern Munich or draw or Bayern Munich. That's as 100%. Look at the form of Real Madrid. They've been horrible, so. But the second leg will be the sweetest of all kind of predictions. You can easily tell. I can easily tell what will happen in the second leg. But let me get done with this. So Arsenal, they were not so fantastic. Even though they stepped up a bit, they played better than they did in the last 2 games they lost. But they were not so fantastic. Because looking at the stats, Sporting had more of everything except possession. They had more shots, more shots on target. Arsenal keeper made more saves. Raya, if not for Raya, I don't think Arsenal would have even seen a draw in that game. So Raya has always been the one. Raya and the truth is that Gabriel, Saliba, Raya and Rice has been the players carrying Arsenal all through this season. If not for those guys. In fact, if Rice gets injured, just Rice, Arsenal will be out of every competition. Somehow, Gabriel, Saliba has been the best defenders. Both of them have been the best. In fact, Gabriel seems to be, at the moment, even more informed than Saliba. But those two pairs are golden for Arsenal, and oh my God, Declan Rice. Yes, I know you cannot compare Declan Rice with Bruno, but Declan Rice, God, he's been there. He attacks when he's not with the ball. He defends very well. He pushes to. Man, that guy is very energetic. He's a quality midfielder. He might not have the vision of creativity of Bruno Fernandes, but he's something special. And Arsenal should be very grateful they have such a player. It's jackpot. That guy is world class and is worth every penny. Free kicks, you see how he takes free kicks, everything, corner kicks. Oh, the guy is good. It's good. He defends well as well. He's also one of the players that's kept Arsenal going thus far. Liverpool, I don't understand. They were destroyed. In fact, Liverpool they've been a shadow of themselves for so long. I can't even remember the last time Liverpool comfortably won a game. They've been losing shamefully. Like, if you watch this Liverpool game, they had 0 shots on target the entire game. Yeah, I think they had about 3 shots total, but 0 shot on target for a team that needs to win. PSG was not informed in this game. If they played this way against Bayern Munich or Madrid, they would lose. PSG lost so many clear chances. I counted at least 3 1-on-1 that they threw away. They missed the easy goals and scored the difficult ones. 3 good clear chances. Dembele missed. Due missed. I think Dembele missed again. So there was one Dembele. They gave him the pass in 6-yard box and then he plays it over. They missed so many easy chances. And if they were playing a strong team, I would say this 2-0 is not enough. But Liverpool, anybody can beat them now. So I don't know. Slot, your days are obviously numbered. So when we go to the second leg, and let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm telling you for real. Arsenal is going to qualify. We all know that Arsenal is going to be playing. And Barcelona is going to make it through. Because Barca will beat 2-0. Barca they're going to beat Atletico Madrid clean. In the first half of that game, we'll have at least 2 goals. In the first half of that game, there'll be so much attack. Barca problem has always been they play too high up. And teams that play on the counter always take advantage of that when they hit them on it. So Barca can qualify for the semi-final, but that will be the end. They will not go beyond that. Because this final is going to be between either Bayern Munich against Arsenal or PSG against Arsenal. 100%. Real Madrid will try, but they will not be able to beat Bayern. Bayern will play against PSG. And one of them, they are both, you cannot say this person is going to beat this person, but I can tell you those two will play will be in the semi-finals, and one of them is going to be playing against Arsenal. Arsenal is going to have an easy ride. Listen, if Arsenal faces Atletico Madrid, it will be more difficult for them. Because Atletico Madrid is more compact and they defend better. And they also attack. And with Solot, is going to be someone that can destroy anybody. So, if Arsenal should prefer Barca, because of Barca openings, Barca is too open, that if you have a quick running teams like Martinelli, people like Madueke, they can take advantage. And then there's a Dorman, that young guy, something else. So I don't see how Arsenal will not make it. It's looking like Arsenal might win this Champions League. Because Arsenal in the final, though they've not been so impressive in most finals, but Arsenal in the final in this Champions League, the players might play to the death, might play with every last drop of their blood. But it would be better if they meet PSG. Arsenal have a chance of beating PSG in the final than meeting Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, forget Arsenal beat them before. This is the Bayern Munich who I'm seeing since Arsenal beat them. It's very dangerous Bayern Munich. These guys, the way they play, they are too quick. Yeah, PSG is quick, but they are not as precise as Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich don't miss the chances that PSG misses. Do you know how many shots PSG had and on target, and they're scoring just 2 goals? Aside Kvaratskhelia, that dangerous player, they would have had nothing to do. Their first goal was a deflection. The second one was a superb goal, and only Kvaratskhelia could have done that. So that's about that. We Manchester United, what are we going to be doing but analyzing other people? We are not in the tournament now, but at least we're watching the games, and then once in a while we're going to be telling you guys what we feel. All my predictions as of yesterday, as of the Champions League, were all super. They all came on point. I knew Arsenal was going to go through. I knew Bayern Munich was going to survive. Everybody knew that PSG was going to beat Liverpool. So see you guys later, okay?